This is part 2 of Mr. Dunn explaining how to work on your Google site. So once we've got this homepage kind of set up, we want to be able to view it if we were actually using your website. For real. So if we click on this publish button here, it will come up and say, what would you like to name your website? Now for Year 8 Digital Technologies, I want you to name it in this way. So Y8, so Year 8, DT for Digital Technologies, and then your first name dash your last name. So Y8DT dash first name dash last name. So in my case, it'll be Y8DT dash Ryan dash Dunn. And then here it'll say who can view my site. So I'm going to say anyone at Baulkham Hills, and I'm going to click publish. So it'll take a moment to publish your website, and it'll say it's successfully published, and click on view. It will then open up your website like you have used, like you would for another website. Okay. At the moment, we don't have any other pages. So what I want to do now is add a page. So I'm going to go to pages. I'm going to press this new page button, and I'm going to write in here. I'm going to name the page the same thing as my lessons. So Mr. Dunn's, better fix that up. So Mr. Dunn's lessons. Click on done. And I'm just going to fix out that title, lessons. I can resize things, which is really easy to do. So now I have this page here, and I have my home page here. One thing that has changed is that I now have a menu on my website. So if I click on the show to sidebar here, I can see that there's the link to my Mr. Dunn's lessons page, which is really good, but I can't really go back anywhere, and there's no obvious buttons on that home page. So if I go back to that home page, I'm going to click on the image here, and I'm going to click on insert link. Now, any pages that you make on your website are going to appear in a drop down automatically. So I'm going to select Mr. Dunn's lessons, apply that, and I'm going to do the same thing for the text here. So if I go insert link, Mr. Dunn's lessons, apply. So what will happen is that when I hit publish, Publish saves it all and updates it all so then everyone can see what's happening on your website, and it shows you any changes that you've made. So you can see here it's highlighted green that's saying, hey, there's some changes, and this is the original one here. So if I click on publish, it'll take a moment or two to update it all. Again, it gives me that view the published website. So I can see that I actually have that sidebar menu here now. I can click on Mr. Dunn's lessons. There's my lessons. I can also look here and go, here is an image and the actual link as well to that. So if I click on the picture, it takes me there as well. If I go back, click on the text, it takes me back there as well. So this is one way of doing things where you may not need to have that menu there. And if you want to make changes, you just go back to Google Sites and you have the opportunity to change whatever you like. Again, if you hover over things, you'll see that you do have those little pop-ups on the side that do help you out. For the menu and changing that, if I hover over the menu bar and I click on that navigation settings, I have a choice of, do I want it to be at the top, so it will show all the pages, or do I want it on the side? You can change the color if you want it, and that's more just the actual look of it, which matches the theme of your website. So I'm going to leave it on the side there. But if you wanted to add a logo to it, you can. Okay. And if you want to add banners, which we'll talk about later, you're able to do that as well. So little pop-up banners. So what I can do from here is that when I actually look at my published website, so if I click on view published website, I can see that the link for my website is y8dt-ryan-dunn/home. If I click on Mr. Dunn's Lessons, we can see it's automatically made it so it says Mr. Dunn's Lessons. So naming it that page will mean that we can actually name it exactly the same and be easier for us to find. If I wanted to add a sub page, so a page within that page, what I can do is I can click on the page here and I click on the three dot menu, and then we can see that it says add sub page. So here I'm going to click add sub page and write in lesson 1. So now it will come up as a homepage, Mr. Dunn's Lessons, and then within that I have lesson 1, and you can see it's got that drop down here. If we go to the menu and we click on the menu burger, we can see that's home, Mr. Dunn's Lessons, and then lesson 1. So again, we can hide that if we want to. So this is just a way of organizing your websites and making it easier to see what's linked to what. We will need to make more pages for our actual Digital Technologies website, but this is where I'm going to leave it now for the pages.